communicative, understanding, that love, that word love on both ends, men and women. Because to be honest with you, I work with a community that educates men and women. I am an advocate for men and women as well. So I usually target the intimate parts of a man and a woman to understand that, communication and knowing themselves and loving themselves so they could find true love is what I see. But to know, I don't know. To define, now that's a different question. You understand? Like, I don't know a real man because living with someone and not living with someone is two different things. A man could
Mm.
be great. A man could be great. Like, I've met so many great men.
Don't
Great
tell on
men.
yourself now.
Man, we used
No,
to
no,
get your ugly ass off of here. Let that woman talk what she's saying. Stop cutting in her. Stop putting your ugly
yeah.
face up there. Let her talk. Every time
I,
she say something, you stick your ugly face in the mix.
thank
Okay,
you.
bro,
That's
Pete.
so
Yes, sir, boss.
true.
Whatever you say.
It's just like, it's just the fact that, define. I don't
Okay.
know a man. Like, that's just a vague question that none of us knows. And on top of that, I know what is a real woman. Now that is true because I'm a woman. Make
All
sense?
right. Yeah, it makes a little sense. You used a lot of words, so I'm just wondering which words are true and which ones are not.
Don't
Oh,
go there. Don't go there. You're not gonna come back.
that's all right. I go there and everywhere else too.
I just want to make this clear. Did everybody understood exactly what I said?
No.
I understood part of. I understood what you said. You said you're not sure what you want.
I just
I
joined in.
never
That's
said
it.
I.
Mm.
That's all right. It's a work in
Hmm.
progress, and
A
that's
work in
what.
progress. Okay,
I
so
understood. I understood what she said perfectly.
I understood what you
right,
said
like
too.
only real men would understand exactly what I was talking about.
She
No
said, as
shade.
I think the
Okay.
paraphrase, she said, as a woman, she could define that because she's a woman. But as a man, she's met
Right,
great
Yeah,
men.
I
But
can't. Yeah, I got
in
that.
terms of
I
what is
got
a
that.
real man, that's something that I guess men have to define.
right. Because I'm not right. I'm not a man, so I can't really say that like what I want in a man if I don't know it. I have to see it to believe it.
Mm.
So I've seen great men not dating me. I've seen great men. But when
Mm.
they date
Gotcha.
me, they're just horrible.
But
Like
is it true that every woman and maybe Lydia and other women and Jacqueline and through the chat or whatever could chime in on this and say, have you defined, what a real man is for you?
I just want to
well,
welcome my daughter Elizabeth to the Zoom. You can chime in anytime you want, Elizabeth.
Stop getting me involved in everything.
don't worry, girl. He puts me involved in everything. He even says my name first.
Welcome to
Okay,
the club.
uh, so it's just like I said, I've met a lot of great men, but
What made them great? When you say great men, what made them
I
great for you? When you
what
say
made
great,
them great.
yeah, go ahead. Hmm.
I met great men, them not being with me when they're
So
not
that makes
dating
them
me.
great. For them to not for them not to be with you, that means they're great. I
No,
don't
because
understand.
they show that perfection up front.
You said
But it's just when
perfection.
they get to, yeah, they show their, whatever they want to, you want, certain men show what they want other people to see.
Oh, okay. It's like you meet the representative before you meet the owner.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
Mhm.
Because I get jealous. Like I do. A lot of men have been jealous of me and cheating on me because they're jealous of me, and it's
Mm.
sad. And then then they tell me, oh, but don't you love me? But don't you love me? Nigga, we just got a month. What the fuck? Like, can you chill? Like, I like to wait. So it's just,
Okay.
and then when I'm going through that waiting process, because I want to get to know them, no matter if it's long or short, I still get cheated on.
Mm.
Then when
Interesting.
they really meet, because I'm upfront, if you're coming to me, just know this is my baggage. This is who I am. Now take the pill. Which pill are you gonna eat? The red or the red or the blue? It's up to you.
I
And
like
every
that.
guy
I like
always tell me I am gonna take the red pill. Like, you chose that.
Wow.
Okay.
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 Go ahead, Lydia.
And end up calling the cops on me. Huh?
Were you
Um,
getting ready?
okay,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. No, just a quick question. Um, like, have you ever had a, wait a minute, hold on. Hi, Miss Scarlett. How are you? Have
Hi,
you
how you
ever,
doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Great having you on. Have you ever had a long-term relationship with a
Yeah.
gentleman that you considered valid?
Yes, I have. It was 6 years. Um, it was good at, like, not for nothing. Like, we had went through our ups and downs. There was jealousy, but because of that relationship, it showed me a value of me.
Right.
He
Have you
taught
ever
me
cheated? I
I
knew
don't
that
cheat.
answer. I knew that answer was going to be no.
No,
Mm.
because
I
what's
knew
the
the
point of
answer.
cheating?
The
Because
answer
this
is
is the
always the
thing. What is
same.
the point? No,
Oh,
what's
that's
the
a
point of
valid answer.
cheating? Yeah,
I
like
guess
what's
you
the
would.
point of
You
cheating if
validated
the
because you're a
man
woman. I don't.
already
I'm validated because she's close to the same amount of time I've spent with my baby father. So
Okay. Do you know
I'm
Scarlett?
validated.
Do you know her?
No,
And
I
then
don't
you
have to
can't
really know
validate it.
her.
Then you can't validate
wait?
it.
Hey,
So
that's not
basically,
fair.
your intentions of me is cheating.
Now I asked you, do you cheat? Did you cheat? Have you
I
ever
said
cheated?
no,
Okay.
no.
All right.
Same.
I can only take. I
In,
can
in,
only
in,
take.
in,
I
in
can
your
only
in your
take you at
entire
face
life, you never
value.
cheated. I'm just asking.
No, because there
Okay.
was no
Okay.
need to cheat. This is my reason, right? One,
Okay.
my dad used to cheat with my mom. I
Yeah,
hate, I hate
sounds familiar.
that.
Ooh.
Right. My mother used to be the one to stick with it for 14 years,
Hmm.
knowing what he did. So I have the heart of my mom. I have the attitude of my dad. You
Mhm.
understand? Like, I'm not gonna take shit for nobody, from nobody.
Makes
That's my
sense.
dad. But if I do feel that, like, because I'm a very caring person, I'm a very caring person. Once I see that we're already bonding in a connection, once I love hard, because it takes me a long time to get to know somebody. Once I love, it's hard for me to let go. How am I going to cheat if I'm too far in love with the person to the point that I could lose myself? And that's my downfall. It's always like that. I've always, and on top of that, I'm a Cancer. So it's like, I fall in love hard.
You're a
That's why I
Cancer and you
take
don't
my
cheat.
time.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
You see, this is why
I
I
can't even
want
say I
to
can't even say
debate
that that's
you.
bad. Actually, that's kind of a good thing.
No,
There's
don't
some
worry.
cancers and some different zodiacs that actually don't cheat.
Right. Like, I'm not even going to test
I'm gonna
him
raise
on
my
that
hand on
because I
that one.
don't
I
want to
don't
date
cheat.
him. Hmm. Now
I know dad
that
mad
just
right
sounds
now.
like that just sounds like he's trying to test me. So he wants me to try him, which I'm not because I think he's, his size is way too small.
No, no, I'm being honest when I tell you no. That's not. If I ask a question, I really look for an honest answer, and I don't. It's not a judgment call. Okay,
If
so
it's
don't
not
take
a
it as a judgment
judgment,
call.
I would not took it as a judgment call if you would have not told me multiple times. Now, if you would have said it one time, I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's nothing serious, but you said it multiple times, so how
Hey,
you
you
expect
want
me to
to
take it?
you say you want to know what a man is? I'm a man, okay? And when I ask women, do they cheat? Every woman that I ask, do they cheat? Tell me no. I've had out of 100, I've had 2 that will say, yeah, I cheat. Well, you know, y'all are so angelic that it's what. Unfortunately, we live in a society where majority rules, and I can only go by the majority of what I get from women.
Well,
That's
then,
it.
damn, you must really love cheating ass women.
No, I love women. Period. Okay,
Mm.
it's the honesty that seems to be lacking when it comes to
So
me.
how is it hard to believe that if I already said that? This is the thing, right? This is where the expectations falls on men, not women. Us women only expect a future with a man. Y'all guys expect the worst before y'all jump the gun. And it's sad. I have to
Is that
really
what you're
train a
doing
lot of
now, though?
men.
Is that what you're doing right now? Expecting the
Yes.
worst? Okay.
No, I'm in my mind, the way your response are to me, I could feel it through your voice. You're
Well,
very skeptical of me.
and the way you're responding to me lets me know that my skepticism should not be there because that's not what you want. Instead of my experience in that particular subject.
No,
Well,
no.
that's a
So
sign that
don't
we got to go for a
project.
quick break, guys. We got to go for a quick break, and we'll be right back. Of course, you're in the right place. Welcome, folks who are watching us on YouTube. I'm just fed up with Facebook. So we're on YouTube live. Folks, we'll be right back. You got the right place. This is Sonny B. Sutherland, radio legend and icon show. I ain't having it, and we'll be back in a few seconds.
Well, Talon, before we go for a break, quickly, I'd like to welcome Elizabeth, my daughter, and welcome Sakina, my niece. And yes, we will be right back.
Thank you for that dialogue, Scarlett. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Neck pain. Back pain. Ouch. But now there's PillowMax, the new armrest pillow. PillowMax provides full arm and elbow support while driving. One size fits all.
PillowMax is the perfect remedy for neck, low back, and trap pains while traveling in your car. I recommend the PillowMax to all my patients.
PillowMax comes in black and white and has a machine washable cover.
PillowMax is awesome.
PillowMax. Available at retailers worldwide.
The views and opinions expressed on GoPro Radio Network shows are solely those of the speakers and are not necessarily the views or opinions of GoPro Radio Network Inc. or its affiliates. These broadcasts are provided on the understanding that they do not constitute professional advice or services. Individuals who speak on these broadcasts express their own opinions, experiences, and conclusions. GoPro Radio Networks and its affiliates do not necessarily endorse or oppose any particular opinion or conclusion discussed in these broadcasts. You may not edit or modify or redistribute these broadcasts in any way without the express permission from GoPro Radio, LLC. GoPro Radio assumes no liability for any of your activities in connection with our broadcasts or for your use of these broadcasts in connection with your website, computer, smartphone, tablet, iPad, or future listening devices. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Hey everyone, this is Francesca Amato, two-time best-selling author of the book Punished for Protecting the Injustice System of Family Court and I Survived a Narcissist. You can too. You can find it on Amazon. Also, I am the owner of Punished for Protecting Incorporated. We are a multifaceted expert team here to protect your families from family court and CPS abuses. You can fill out our form at punish4beingaparent.com. Be sure to keep listening or view the I Ain't Having It show every Thursday at 10 p.m. with the legendary Sonny B. Sutherland Sr. on the GoPro Network. Thanks, Sonny.
The following customized program is a production of Sonny B. Sutherland Productions. All rights for the following program are reserved.
They are, and it's in cooperation with the GoPro Radio Network. And yes, I acknowledge the fact that there was a little bit of editing going on there, and I like that. That was nice and smooth the way that came in. Anyway, thank you, Bro Pete, for hosting the program tonight, and Miss Starlet for doing what you do, okay? And I forgot to welcome my other daughter, Venus Sutherland. Welcome to the program. All right, now we're going to keep it going because I don't think we should spend 2 hours on one subject. Whether you know what a real man is or you don't, hopefully from this program, you'll get an incentive or you'll get the tools you need to distinguish what a real man is. Did you want to say something, Mr. Washington?
Nope. Well, you know, I always take the oxygen out of the room. You know, I don't believe in people cheating. I believe that we are sovereign and autonomous. I believe people get what it is that they want. And I think that people are now in this world of connectivity and abundance are starting to recognize that they don't have to be in loveless, sexless, and unhappy relationships with people. People now have a choice. And I think the fact that people have choice is a good thing. I think people have a much more, meaningful and fulfilling life. They don't have to necessarily be stuck in certain situations. And I think if people actually respected people's sovereignty and autonomy, they would recognize that we don't own another person, that anybody who spends any amount of time with you is a gift. And it's a gift that you give them and they give you. And the people ought to just, keep it pushing. If somebody is not happy or not fulfilled, I think those men and women have the right to go somewhere where they get, fulfilled. Now, I do want to preface to that, we do have a throwaway society, meaning that a society that's quick and easy in the face of any kind of challenge is ready to just kind of jump ship. And that we don't have that kind of, I don't know what the word, stick-to-itness or to wait to see how things kind of develop and mature. But I think if we just come from an attitude or perspective of deserving people's time, people's attention, that's the only thing we can't get back. The only thing. People keep saying they work for money, but when you get money, you usually are in a service. You're giving people your time, right? We have a finite amount of time to exist. So on this wonderful level of consciousness called life, it's important to be as fulfilled as possible. So if we want to keep somebody, right, and you in a relationship, how you keep them and how you keep it is to be able to service. And this is where we fall apart. Everybody wants something, but what are you ready to give when you're in a relationship? People don't put too much thought on that. If you ask the average woman, what do you want in a man? I want this, 6 feet, 6 figures, they got a long laundry list of things that they want. But then it's like, okay, now what are you willing to give? You can't even put it on the back of a stamp. So I think if people just change that and say, wait a minute, I have to be worthy and deserving if I'm taking this journey, and I'm going to find somebody that will take this journey with me. And, that's honestly as good as it get or it should be. It should not be a relationship of punishment and servitude, which I see a lot of relationships, unfortunately, have been normalized to be that way. So that's my little 2 cents.
Okay, thank you. In certain cultures, the father of a female would have to pay or offer something to the man that would marry his daughter.
It's called a dowry, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Tylon. I just know what it.
100% correct, because possession is not love. If you're looking at it from a holy aspect of
pay price.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right, Lydia. Mm-hmm.
What did you say, Elizabeth?
It's a dowry price.
The dowry.
Yeah, you got to
the
pay
dowry.
to take that madness.
You using me as a subject, Dad? That's messed up. That's messed up, Dad.
Interesting. Well, we're going to keep the show moving, and we're going to have a segment on what is love. But we're going to go back to the clips. And the clip that we're going to go to now is going to school just to be a worker. Is that what's happening right now? People are going to school and they're getting all this so-called education just to be a smart worker. Isn't that amazing? So let's listen to the clip here on the I Ain't Having It show. And that's clip number 3.
Flexner, Carnegie, and the Rockefeller family came together with a bunch of scientists and a bunch of psychologists, and they said, we're going to create education. So whenever you learn anything in a public school system, you are being taught. You sitting on John D. Rockefeller lap, you acting like he your grandpa, and he giving you game on how he wants you to be ran. Now, check this out. This is his famous quote. He said, I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of what? Workers. So you go to school to become a worker. Who you working for? The pharmaceutical companies. So everything that you learn from kindergarten all the way into college is actually the Flexner report. Flexner, Carnegie, and the Rockefeller family came together with a bunch of scientists and a bunch of psychologists, and they said, we're going to create education. So whenever you learn anything in a public school system, you are being taught. You sitting on John D. Rockefeller lap, you acting like he your grandpa, and he giving you game on how he wants you to be ran. Now, check this out. This is his famous quote. He said, I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of what? Workers. So you go to school to become a worker. Who you working for? The pharmaceutical companies. So everything.
That's right. That means that you are nothing but a smart, well, not really smart. You are an educated slave, because they got you from 9 to 5 or whatever hours you work. They got you. They got you locked in. They're stopping you. They're diverting you from what your goals or your aspirations might really be. You're only taking that job because you need security. You want to make sure that you get that check either on Friday or every other Friday. And wow, you're selling yourself out. You're absolutely selling yourself out. Do you realize that? Anyway, something to think about, something to ponder on. I want to jump back into yesterday, which was a celebration of Malcolm X's assassination. And how do you celebrate an assassination? I'm just wondering. Interesting. But anyway, my mother was around the Audubon Theater, I think they called it, when that happened. And
Ballroom.
Yeah, ballroom. And she told me all about the chaos that was going on when that unfortunate incident took place. And I just never forgot it. I go up there to the theater, to the museum, is probably called now a museum, just to see the statue. And the statue of Malcolm X is so profound because it's right there in the lobby. And he's so tall, and he's standing up, and the way he is erected is, whoever did the statue did an excellent job. Excellent job. And it has like, a chilling effect, because if you know the history, it takes you back into time a little bit to, wow, he was really great in terms of what he represented. He definitely stood on his square, no doubt about it. And that's why they decided to take him out. However it happened, the guys that they said did it, or the government was in the background on the top of the balcony shooting down, according to one person. It was just, it's terrible. It's terrible how they take out people and they take them out. And I have a very serious connection with the way that they do things. My friend James E. Davis was taken out almost the same way. It was somebody on the balcony. It was in City Hall in 2003, July 23rd. I wonder if that means anything, those numbers, those dates. And they killed him in City Hall. And he would have been the next mayor, okay? And he would have been for the people, okay? Because he was a people person. He was independent, and he wasn't beholden to none of these corporations and rich people. He was totally independent. His family had their own money. And just to bring you up to date, the James E. Davis Foundation is still going on with his brother, Jeffrey Davis. Well, they said, to answer Dr. Ron's question, who killed him, they said one of his rivals killed him, okay? And it was some gay guy, I forgot his name, which is not important, that they pinned the whole killing on. I don't believe that, okay? And my personal belief is that it was the next mayor, and that was Bloomberg that was behind all that, okay? That's my belief. I never told his brother that, but I think his brother knows. All right, gay mafia. Stop it, Dr. Ron. Stop it. Anyway, this is the I Ain't Having It show. It's Thursday, it's the 22nd. All power to the people, okay? Because the people are the power of the world. We're moving on, and as we move on, we're moving on to the next clip. And guess what? The next clip is moving on. And that's what we're doing.
Kindergarten all the way into college.
So once we get that, because
somebody be upset when they show you their true colors. Why would you be upset? Would you rather it been hidden from you? When somebody do you wrong, you want it hidden from you? Nah, you wanna know about it. So when someone showed you their true colors and the wrong thing that they do or doing, you want to know about it. So you should smile and move on. Basically, the person was saying, I'm going to show you your next move by my actions. I don't care if it's family, friend, co-worker, or lover. Be happy, smile, and move on. You just showed me what I got to do next. Thank you. You ain't got to get revenge and go back and forth with the person. It was shown to you for a reason. Look at that as a blessing in disguise. You pulled the mask and wig off and saw the real person. Why would somebody be upset when they show you their true colors?
That's right. We have to learn to move on. Once we realize that we saw the presentation, but when we got to the content didn't represent what was presented to us in the beginning. And we have to take our emotions out of it and move on and not get stuck. Now, for those that are stuck out there and contemplating suicide, we just want to remind you that the suicide hotline is 988. Just if you think that you're feeling depressed and all that kind of other stuff, and you can't find your way out of a stupor or hole or whatever you want to call it, dial 988, and they will come and get you. Yeah, they will definitely get you. I experienced a situation with a friend of mine that was feeling really depressed, and he wanted attention. They came to his house, the police, EMS, emergency medical technicians, they came to his house and they wanted to take him out. They definitely wanted to take him out. So give this information, pass it along to somebody who, if you can't help and you think they need professional help, just dial 988. And I think that number is national through the whole U.S. And I don't know about other places, but through the whole U.S. So we're going to keep it moving. We're going to move on to the next one. And the next one, I think we're going to get a lot of pushback on. That's the new phrase, pushback. holding women accountable. Or you women out there, I think y'all need to be held accountable.
Yeah, Love
Because-
Dorsey, she has a show on our network, so check it out.
They're fully developed, height, build, and everything by 15, 16 years old. And then you just fussing at them. You just fussing at them. And I ain't saying they ain't fucking up. I ain't even saying that. But men should have came into the picture and took over with influence.
Yeah.
The problem and the reason why, like I'll go back to what I said about the statistics, as single mothers, we produce the worst product is because at some point we have to pass the torch over to men. And back in the day, this was understood. You know what I mean? You get to a certain age, mama's sending you out to go cut grass with Mr. Earl down the street. They got the lawn service, or they take your ass up to the barbershop after school to go to Mr. Dave's barbershop and sweep up hair and listen to men. They understood, let me get some men influencing you. That shit is missing, and even educators tell me all the time, because I get DMs, I connect with people that work in the school system, and they talk about how, you know, as single mothers, it's a triggering space for us to hear about the shortcomings socially and intellectually in our children. So you can't tell them shit. We don't want to hear shit about our babies. So when somebody tell you, hey, your son displaying this, and this, it's like you damn near offending them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of them getting that information and moving on it and getting with the guidance counselor. So now it's like a block put up where can't nobody influence the children but them. We got to start admitting we don't have enough tools and skills as women to make no fucking man a man. He got to get that from men. So you got to get mentors. You got to get them in programs, get them in groups and social circles where men are able to tell them something without you putting your womanly influence or 2 cents on it.
Right, that's real. That's just like, you know, I feel like the thought process of like, it takes a village to raise one. Like, I feel like that's kind of out the window these days.
Yeah,
Because
nobody wants you to tell their kid shit. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I teach that it takes a village, but what I call it is resources. You need people, places, things, environments that are supportive of you producing a good product with your child, right? This means that you need to, if you are a single mother, get out in the community and find resources for your fucking children that are men. Positive male role, and it's gonna get uncomfortable, because if you ain't have it, it feels uncomfortable to go to men and ask for help, but you need it. Your children need it for them not to be another fucking statistic.
Right.
You know, you take a lot of these young teenagers and stuff like that, they're fully developed, height, build, and everything by 15, 16 years old. And then you just fussing at them. You just fussing at them. And I ain't saying they ain't fucking up. I ain't even saying that. But men should have came into the picture and took over with influence. The problem and the reason why, like I'll go back to what I said about the statistics, as single mothers, we produce the worst product is because at some point we have to pass the torch over to men. And back in the day, this was understood. You know what I mean? You get to a certain age, mama's sending you out to go cut grass with Mr. Earl down the street. They got
Oh, yes, definitely. That should be a wake-up call for all the women out there who say, well, I'm a mama and I'm a daddy all at the same time, okay? Because you're not. What are you saying, Elizabeth? Unmute yourself. Come on.
I said, don't play with me, Dad.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there.
Because you raised a son and a daughter.
Not only a son and a daughter, I raised sons and daughters, okay? Think about your
raised
siblings.
a son and a daughter.
Think about your siblings
With
now.
the sons that you already have and the daughters that you already have. You raised one that happened to be both.
Okay, you're getting confused. Come on, get it together, Elizabeth.
Spiritually, Dad, spiritually.
Spiritually? Okay.
Yes.
All right. I got you. But let's go to the next clip. And then we're going to go back to women. I like to have this conversation on relationships and stuff like that because we need that education. And I'm not the all-knowing.
lawn service, or they take.
But it's a work in progress, and we need to have it happen among us because we don't have that sense of community where everybody's pulling together for everybody else. So let's go to this. This is
Here,
about.
okay, it's purified by reverse osmosis. It's got additives in it. Okay. In Japan, they call reverse osmosis dead water. All right. going to compare that to Holistic Alkalized, fresh alkalized from my device. First test is ORP test, okay? Positive numbers are aging and inflammatory. Look at that. 400, between 400 and 500 is soda, aging. Holistic alkalized, fresh, look at that, 500, climbing, okay? Anti-aging, cod liver oil is minus 300, okay? Hold on, let's leave these right here. All right, it's pH balance, it says it on the bottle, right? Try to put like 4, look at that. Right, I didn't even have to do nothing to that, look at that. Acidity promotes sickness, disease, inflammation, and injury. Alkalinity promotes the body to heal itself, better sleep, better energy. Change your water. Change your life. Bottled waters are just a big marketing scheme.
Right, and I want everybody to be up on that, be up on game on that. Everybody's walking around thinking it's cool with the bottled water, and you know they're doing all this swabby-dob stuff, and they're actually slowly poisoning themselves, drinking out of plastic, even eating out of plastic. I know it's convenient. We have a habit. I also have that habit, and I'm working on breaking away from that habit of drinking and eating out of plastics. And the reason is there's microplastics seeping into the water that we're drinking and the food that we're eating if we're using plastic. And everywhere we go to the fast food place, and forget about all the chemicals they put in the fast food, okay? But the plastics, and remember they used to use styrofoam? Oh, the styrofoam. Oh, I see my grandson. Oh, yeah, I could see him. Hey, grandson. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, we got to move away from plastics. And I brought this up because I'm concerned about us and our longevity. If we're going to make it, we got to work towards it. Yeah, that's my grandson right there. Hey, grandson. Can you say grandpa, papa, papa, papa? Give him a minute. Say grandpa, papa, papa, papa.
Say
Okay.
grandpa, papa, papa, papa.
Okay, I'm having a family moment right now. Yes, I ain't having it, and we're moving right along. And we had this thing on drinking water. Everybody's trying to be hip and drinking water out of these little plastic containers, and they're actually slowly poisoning themselves with the microplastics that seep into the water that we're drinking out of the plastic containers. And that builds up in our system a long time. And guess what? With plaque and all that kind of other stuff in our veins, in our arteries, in our capillaries. Is it capillaries, Washington? Or am I saying it wrong?
No,
Capillaries?
you said it right. Capillaries. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So that builds up, and guess what? High blood pressure, this, that, the other, all kind of stuff is going on. I want y'all to, in fact, Dr. Ron.
Listen, let me make sure I just heard what you just said here.
Go ahead, go ahead.
You said people drinking water out of water bottles is giving them cancer. Is that what you said?
No, not cancer. I said microplastics are building up in our veins and our capillaries and all kind of other stuff going on in our body.
So if they drink water, what they need to drink water out of?
Glass bottles. I don't want to give out the names of the manufacturers that do glass bottles, but because they're not
Glass bottles.
Yeah, glass.
So what if we just drink the water from out the pipe, straight from out the pipe?
Well, now that's another subject, and that subject, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Tap water is not good for us because tap water is most of the time recycled water. Okay, so we're drinking all the chemicals and dirt and feces and.
I have to listen. Hey, just to give you 100% support of that. So I tried to drink some water from my faucet where I live at. It was really good though. I mean, initially it was tasty and the whole 9 yards, right? But every time I drank the water, I felt like I had a sore throat. But then I did an experiment and I said, well, let me see. I only got water from my school from the filtered water thing, right?
Right.
I drank that for a week, no sore throat. Then I drank the tap water for a week, sore throat the whole week. So I realized there's something in that water that is giving me a sore throat. And, you know, I'm only in tune to my body and myself and the things that's happening. So you know, there's some things you're saying have some real validity in this idea of finding out, hey, you know, and we take a lot of it for granted. We just say,
Yes, we do. You know, Tylon told me a story when he was in Africa, how the women would walk miles to get water from whatever water source they had. And it was pretty interesting. And like you just said, we take a lot of things for granted because it's convenient for us. We can just turn the knob on the faucet and all this poison, well, not poison, but all this infected water comes out and you can drink it because it's convenient. I would suggest getting a filter, whatever kind of filter you get. All right. And what was in the clip was reverse osmosis. And that's where it develops clean, dead water. In other words, it takes the minerals out the water and it's just wet. That's what we're drinking is wetness. And it doesn't really help our body too good. We think it does. In our mind it does, but it doesn't really happen that way. So this is the I Ain't Having It show. Appreciate everyone joining us tonight. I think it's time for us to take a commercial break. Grandson, I miss you. I haven't seen you in a long time. And we'll be back after these words and messages from some of our sponsors.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Neck pain. Back pain. Ouch. But now there's PillowMax, the new armrest pillow. PillowMax provides full arm and elbow support while driving. One size fits all.
PillowMax is the perfect remedy for neck, low back, and trap pains while traveling in your car. I recommend the PillowMax to all my patients.
PillowMax comes in black and white and has a machine washable cover.
PillowMax is awesome.
PillowMax. Available at retailers worldwide.
The views and opinions expressed on GoPro Radio Network shows are solely those of the speakers and are not necessarily the views or opinions of GoPro Radio Network Inc. or its affiliates. These broadcasts are provided on the understanding that they do not constitute professional advice or services. Individuals who speak on these broadcasts express their own opinions, experiences, and conclusions. GoPro Radio Networks and its affiliates do not necessarily endorse or oppose any particular opinion or conclusion discussed in these broadcasts. You may not edit or modify or redistribute these broadcasts in any way without the express permission from GoPro Radio, LLC. GoPro Radio assumes no liability for any of your activities in connection with our broadcasts or for your use of these broadcasts in connection with your website, computer, smartphone, tablet, iPad, or future listening devices. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Hey everyone, this is Francesca Amato, two-time best-selling author of the book Punished for Protecting the Injustice System of Family Court and I Survived a Narcissist. You can too. You can find it on Amazon. Also, I am the owner of Punished for Protecting Incorporated. We are a multi-faceted expert team here to protect your families from family court and CPS abuses. You can fill out our form at punished4beingaparent.com. Be sure to keep listening or view the I Ain't Having It show every Thursday at 10 p.m. with the legendary Sonny B. Sutherland Sr. on the GoPro Network. Thanks, Sonny.
The following customized program is a production of Sonny B. Sutherland Productions. All rights for the following program are reserved.
And yes, indeed, I love it. I love it. I love it all. And I was just thinking during the commercial break that it's a shame that people are trying to profit off an assassination. And that's what I felt what was going on at the Malcolm X commemoration yesterday at the Audubon Theater. And I just wanted to share those thoughts with everybody here on the Zoom and YouTube and beyond around the world. Okay, we should not celebrate the loss of someone that was trying to give us direction. We should carry on their legacy. And there was a bunch of phonies there and fakes and people pretending to give each other accolades. And oh, Dr. Ron, okay, what you laughing about? Come on now.
Hey, can I?
Your boy Sneakers, man. You ain't see your boy Sneakers?
I know. Listen, we got one commercial. We got one more commercial that you forgot to show on your show, son.
Yeah, can we show that commercial?
Let me get that commercial
I'm gonna do the voiceover. Let's do the voiceover.
Let me get that commercial back.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, now President Trump has brand new sneakers for you to buy now at GetTrumpSneakers.com. Get these sneakers, and elect our next president, Trump sneakers. Buy them
Okay.
now.
You're laughing now, but guess what? Trump is going to be the next president of these United States of America.
Lord.
Okay? He's going to be the next president. He's a good guy. I know him personally, and y'all don't know him. Only thing y'all know is what the media tells you. Okay? They're trying to program you to hate him, and he's a good guy. All right?
Could it be possible they're programming you to like him too? I'm just curious.
No,
Did
absolutely
the programming
not.
go both ways?
No, they would never program you to
I
like
so believe that. He's so programmed.
Hey, Sonny,
I so
tell
believe
Trump, Sonny, tell Trump that I got a nice slogan for those sneakers. You want to kick it with the Trumps?
That's good. That's
Fly high.
That's good.
Interesting. I wonder what y'all would do, meaning the people here in the Zoom room, and even beyond that, if I was able to persuade him to come on this program. I wonder what y'all would do. What kind of questions would you ask him?
Listen,
I would say, I would ask him, what made you take those files?
What made you take what?
Those
Essential
files.
Part 5. Is that what you said?
What made you? Yeah. What makes you? What gave you the idea to take those files?
Oh, file. The files.
The files that he had, the top secret
I
files.
thought you knew him.
I would ask him. I would ask him.
That they found in his house in Miami.
I think that
when
you're
he left
absolutely
his
right.
nanny open. His nanny was there, and he put. In the news, they said it that his nanny sold him out. Like,
But see, you don't understand. A president, okay, at that level, any person at that level, because not only the president, but there's a lot of people in Washington that are at that level. They have privilege, they have access to all kind of files and documents, and they get.
so why is that important? So why must that be
It doesn't
important?
make, it's not important to them because they deal with those files, those secret files, every single day, and they get briefed on everything that's going on around the world. Everything.
No, that's true. You're right. But why did he take it home?
All
it's
of the
supposed to be like,
presidents have done that. Stop. You see, you going by what you've been programmed to think in the media. All the presidents have done that. The Bushes, the Clintons,
okay, so
the
answer me this
Reagan.
question. Wait, hold on. Answer me this question. So why would he say that what's her name that tried to go for presidency? Forgot her
Hillary
name.
Stinson.
Yeah, her, Miss Clinton, right? He
Yeah,
said that she was doing something to her emails and didn't even want to show his email, but she peacefully showed her email.
Well,
And then at that, after that, when they
I'm gonna tell
checked
you
his
this.
email, he was actually
Let me
doing
cut you
fraud with
off,
the.
Scarlett. Let me tell you this, okay? Your questions are based on whatever the media has told you. Ask the question that has nothing to do with the media programming you to ask these questions.
Yeah, we got a question over here. We got a question over
Okay,
here that's
yeah,
not a
I have
media
a.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
That question
Go ahead,
that was that we thought the question that was initially asked about the Central Park Five. Why would you take out an ad against young men to say they should be in prison for the rest of their life when you didn't know the truth or didn't know anything about the incident? That's a very simple question.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked that question. That is a very good question. I'm going to tell you my assessment of not only the Central Park Five, but the reason why he made a lot of different decisions when he was in office.
Damn. Oh my God, this is crazy. I thought so.
Can I finish?
I'm guessing you're Trump.
Can I finish? Is it okay if I finish? Okay, thank you, Ms. Starlet. I'm glad you allowed me to finish on your program. Anyway, he was surrounded by the wrong people. And I will tell this to him if I get a chance to speak to him, that he's been surrounded by the wrong people. And that's all it is. When you have the wrong people around you, this is what happens. Look at Eric Adams. I know him too. We all come from Crown Heights in Brooklyn. He's surrounded by the wrong people. And this is what happens when you have the wrong team around you when you're trying to do something positive for the people.
You
Yes,
know who else
Dr.
had the
Ron.
wrong people around them?
Can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. He had a rally, right? I'm gonna tell you a fact because I've seen it on TV, right? The whole thing, right?
Okay, here we go with the
At a
TV.
rally. Hold on. No. I seen it in TV. He was showing it. It was all him. It was all him. All right. This is all him, right? He had a rally, and he was voting against blacks, right? Hear me out. A security guard that is a female that is actually protecting him, that was his security guard, got pushed forward. Wait, hold on. Ooh. Hold on. I'm gonna call you. Wait. I'm gonna ask that question later on. I'm gonna be right back. My daughter's crying.
Okay, but I'm gonna jump in on part of your question. And like I said, he had a lot of people around him that were not for him. And when you talk about Trump supporting black people, he supported Jesse Jackson when he was running for president. Jesse Jackson could not even get a place on office when he was running for president, and Trump gave him an office. So there's a lot of things that y'all don't know because y'all being programmed by the media.
Yeah, Sonny, I agree with you. That you're speaking some very true thing. I don't want to. Listen. When it's the truth, it's the truth, right?
Go ahead.
I guess a good question. Another good question I would ask him is, he had an interview back in the '80s when they asked him if he would ever run for office, and he said if he would run for office, he would run as a Republican because of that whole scenario when he said he run as a Republican because they sold this, that, and the other, and blase. I would ask him, is that true today? Does he still feel that same way? But that's why he's the Republican candidate. You know, it's this very interesting thing that I would love to ask him. But you know, only problem I feel, Sonny, is, and I see that in you, because I know you have your little gold book of questions that y'all answer or don't answer. That he may not answer the questions because you guys kind of go on, you know, you stay on your talking points. And so, I mean, you stay on your talking points very often, and I respect you for that. I mean, I'm not, you know, I know it's difficult, it's hard, but it's your talking points. And again, as I stated, I know I give you the hard way to go, but look, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. Even if I disagree with you stand for. So
I have a question for Trump. I'm gonna wait till he's actually in the room to ask this question.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would like to finish what I had said before. Okay, so is it okay that I can finish what I said before?
Sure, I get Sonny. Show Sonny, can she?
Yes.
Sonny already told you it's your show, so you mean you might want to take advantage of Sonny giving you carte blanche.
Okay. So, all right. Like I was saying before, so going right back to what I was saying, this security guard, she's a Black woman, and she was she's, you know, she was there actually working, and she was in the other side of the gate to protect and make sure that the gate was, you know, secure, so no one would have to go to the side where Trump is at. Now, this was shown in TV. Someone had by mistake pushed her forward. Now, mind you, she's an officer. She was also securing the area. Someone by mistake pushed her forward. She went forward and everybody attacked her in front of everybody. And Trump asked them to kick her out. She's a Black woman. After that, he started being racist, but she was there to protect him.
Well, I need to definitely cut you off because you got the wrong information.
Yeah.
And Trump is not a racist. Okay, I can tell you that. I know him personally. You don't know him. You only know what the media is trying to paint of him. Okay, I know him personally. I've been with him. Okay, I sat down, had conversations with his dad. Okay, and the earlier question was about him being president. His dad would always talk to me about his son being or becoming president. All right, so he's actually fulfilling his father's dreams right now and his mother's dreams. I knew his mother too. I've been to the house that Donald Trump grew up in Jamaica. What is it? Jamaica Estates. All right. Jamaica Estates. Okay, so you know the area, Lydia, huh?
Yeah, of course. I know the area. I grew up in Queens.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I used to go there and bring money to Donald Trump's father. Okay, and I've been in his living room. I've seen the statues he had in his house of Indian people. Okay. I didn't like his house because it was always cold. It was cold. They kept it at a certain temperature, and I think that was for medical reasons.
They wanted it to be like the Caucasus Mountains.
No, reptilians. They like it cold.
Y'all are really funny. I love it. But anyway, for those of you who don't know, Fred Trump gave me an extremely impressive opportunity, and yes, I took it, and that's how I was able to meet Donald when he would come to the Trump Organization in Brooklyn, and yes, I know him personally, and all this stuff you see in the media is a bunch of malarkey. Okay, it's all to make you feel that you are against him, that he's a racist, he's a dictator, and none of that is true. None of that is true. And he's going to definitely be the next president of this country. So y'all need to get in line and do the right thing. Okay.
Sonny,
Now we're going to
can I ask
continue
you
with the
another
program,
important question?
and
Sonny is gathering the flock
Sonny, can I just ask you one
I
more
got an
important
idea.
question?
I got
slaughter.
an idea.
Right, because
For the
yesterday's
slaughter.
interview, he was going all out, and
I
now
got an
he's just
idea.
out.
I got a great idea for the show.
haters, hi haters. That's how the record go. Hi
Tyler.
haters, hi haters.
Tyler.
Go ahead, Dr. Ron. Go ahead.
Oh, I can ask my question.
Yes, you can.
So, Sonny, I'm just curious. How do I know what I should believe and what I not should believe when it comes to things? Should I only believe things that's been said about Donald Trump? That's good, bad, and not just Donald Trump. I want to even get away from that. Even get away from Donald Trump because I think that's polarizing. Because I think you're touching on a bigger issue. What do we believe, and how do we believe them, and who should we take as the authority in things that we believe? Like that with the first video you showed about the guy talking about what school was and what education was, and this and that. It has some merit, but it also then can be it can be very destructive to a community of people who say, "Oh, I don't need education. I don't need to learn anything." And then, if that's the case, how did this guy learn the stuff that he learned? He didn't learn it in school, or he did learn it in school. I mean, what are we to really believe and who is the judge of what is true or not true, and what's valid and invalid?
Okay, well, I'm gonna answer your question. Dr. Ron Christopher Osborne Williams. Okay?
You got to say my whole government name like that. you sound like you're doing some agent thing right now. Agent. You telling your people my whole name? You want to tell them where I live at? Philadelphia, West Philadelphia. You want my address too?
No,
blood type.
People to know that you are part of the matrix. The doctor in front of your name represents a matrix connection, and you are part of the matrix.
I got you. What matrix? But whose matrix? Because my matrix is following the long line of Black heroes who believe that education would change us in a way to change the idea of how people had a perception about who we were. And if we had equal education to them, we definitely be able to show the idea that no, in your own world, we are better than you in your own world with your own standards.
Well, you know something? I call you the smooth operator.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
I guess I should have became a lawyer in your mind. I should have became a lawyer, but
Oh yeah, definitely, because you know how to make those presentations that bring people in. First, you make them comfortable, and you make them understand. And I understand that this is what you do, and you make them understand that that you are on their side, and you understand their feelings and their contentions, and what they're trying to do or what they're going through, and then you sock it to them with your own matrix. Knife, your own matrix dagger, and I understand that. That's
but your son, you understand my matrix dagger is the empowerment of Black people. That Black is beautiful, Black is proud, Black is smart. So anything I'm doing, it comes back to one thing: Black empowerment.
Absolutely not.
So
Absolutely
any matrix
not.
that I'm doing,
and I'm gonna tell you,
the only outcome is for Black empowerment.
Take the doctor away from your name, and then I can believe you. But as long as you put the matrix, what's the word? The matrix accreditation to the front of your name, I can't believe you.
Oh, okay.
Can I say something? Can I say something, please?
Sure, it's your show. Go ahead, do your thing, girl.
Ooh, thank you for allowing me. I'm gonna start changing the name since it's my show. Are you projecting? Because one thing I know is everybody has their own perspective. You're not supposed to change other people's perspective, right? Everybody has the right to have a perspective, and everybody deserves their own perspective. So if his perspective is his truth, then it's true. Your perspective of yours, because of what you went through, is your truth. It's true. Everybody here have went through a different line of, come up, and they have their own perspective, which is true. It's like putting an accident in front of 20 people in a circle. Everybody could see the same thing in the middle, but everybody has a different perspective of the attack, the accident. It's based off where you could see it and what perspective you're at. It shouldn't be respectful. I mean, disrespectful. It shouldn't be disrespectful. Or am I saying it wrong? You shouldn't be disrespectful on how he sees things. He has every right. He has every right to feel the way he feels, believe in what he believes, and understand and know. You cannot say no. You didn't live his life. You cannot put yourself in someone else's shoes and tell them no. That is them and the Lord above to judge. You have no right of godly power to ever tell him and then say to his face, I am not judging you if you just did. And you're contradicting yourself multiple times. Just think about it.
Okay, I thought about it, and that's your perspective. Thank you for your perspective. This is my perspective. My perspective is to educate people on the propaganda that's being spooled out to them in their mind, in their head, okay, from TV, from the media, all right? I am the inside person, and if you want to disrespect me being the inside person, you can do so, whatever. You can call me the spook that sat by the door, or where.
No.
He said no.
That's. I'm telling you.
No.
I'm telling you the real deal.
No.
And while we're talking,
that sat by the door. Okay.
Okay.
Now we know why he's single. So.
Be quiet, Spook Bro Pete. Tylon, as we go on, we're going to move to the next clip.
We're going to move on to
we're
the
gonna
next
move
thing.
to the
We're going to do this. We're going to do this first. We're going to create an award ceremony. Okay? And it's going to be the Uncle Ruckus Award.
No.
Oh, no.
Okay, I don't even know what that means. That went under my head, not over my head. It went under my head. And guess what? I'm going to step on it. Let's go to the next clip. What women need to consider. And this one is for Miss Starlet. What women need to consider. Okay? And then after that, I got a bunch of questions for you.
You see a household that's super out of order, typically the woman is imposing her will on the man. Because women typically, you can't be in order if she's doing OnlyFans, right? I just think the natural order of the world is God, men, women, children. And this sounds extreme when you first hear it, but right now we have a society where men and women have been told we're equal, right? And we have an equal say, you just have to find a balance, etc., whatever. And the issue with that is ever since we've gotten power, what's happened? We've left our husbands, we've gotten into all this debt, we've gone on OnlyFans, all this shit, right? So that tells me women, we don't make wise decisions on our own. But we've been told that we do, and we really don't. We've been told that we're smarter, and we're really not. And I think that leaves us to live in delusion, when I think you're supposed to trust the guy you have kids with to follow his judgment. If you were at work and every time your boss wanted to make a decision you argued, that would never work. right? So we'll give the best of us to our boss, but we won't give it to the person we're having a family with. It's backwards. Whenever you see a household that's super out of order, typically the woman is imposing her will on the man. Because women typically, because women, I mean, you can't be in order if she's doing OnlyFans, right? I just think the natural order of the world is God, men, women, children. And this sounds extreme when you first hear it, but right now we have a society where men and women have been told we're equal, right? And we have an equal say. You just have to find a balance, etc., whatever. And the issue with that is ever since we've gotten power, what's happened? We've left our husbands, we've gotten into all this debt, we've gone on OnlyFans, all this shit, right? So that tells me women, we don't make wise decisions on our own. But we've been told that we do, and we really don't. We've been told that we're smarter, and we're really not. And I think that leaves us to live in delusion, when I think you're supposed to trust the guy you have kids with to follow his judgment. If you were at work and every time your boss wanted to make a decision you argued, that would never work. Right? So we'll give the best of us to our boss, but we won't give it to the person we're having a family with. It's backwards. Whenever you see a household.
And that's a white woman saying that.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. And people need to get up on game. We're going to keep it going. And definitely what I mean by keeping it going, I got some questions for you. Since everybody is all into their emotions, what is love to you? Now it's time for you to speak. What is love to you? Now everybody's quiet.
Love is respect, understanding, and commitment.
I like that first word you use, respect.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a man thing, respect. And women can have respect, you know. My thing is that women are so different from men. There's no way that a woman, a real woman, can be equal to a real man. No way possible. Because it's opposite attract. That's what attracts us to each other. The differences between the man and the woman. That's part of the attraction. There's no way we're going to be on the same plane. No way possible. Women have instincts. Women have instincts. Let me finish. They have instincts that men don't have. If you're going somewhere and you need to hear things that are going on, you take a woman with you. A woman can hear higher frequencies beyond a man. A woman has built-in instincts from nature that is always present in a woman and not in a man. You got something to say about that, Dr. Ron?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
I figure you being a doctor, you might want to add some medical credence to the whole thing.
I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a psychotherapist. No,
you're a
psychotherapist.
matrix, right? You're a matrix.
I mean, matrix. If your mind and your system is a matrix, then you're right.
Okay, thank you. So here's the question to the panel and beyond. If those of you on YouTube, you can put in the chat and whatever your questions, those of you who might be on Facebook or whatever, those of you that are on this globe, just send it to GoPro Radio and go to the, what area they need to go to? info.goproradio, I think it is.
Yeah, you send an email. You send an email to info@goproradio.com. info@goproradio.com.
I like that, and we'll definitely entertain your question. So, what is love to you, panel? All right, I'm gonna start calling out some names. What is love to you, Elizabeth? Cuban, Miss Starlet, she's on standby. Lydia, Venus, well, Venus don't say much. She just logs on. Jacqueline, Banner, Bro P, Kathleen Blanco, Cartice Ransom. Well, we know Dr. Ron's view on a lot of different things. And Sakina Freeman.
I think first you have to love yourself. And as I stated before with the celebration of Malcolm X this week, the exploration and the authentic identification of one's true self, which delves into your mental health and the knowing who you are authentically. Loving
You're
yourself. This way you can love other people as well on a holistic, holy. And I mean, like Sister Ayo said last night, the agape love is the most supreme one that you can have for your fellow human beings.
Okay. And Jacqueline Banner says love is an emotion. Okay. That's good.
It's a bottle. It's never
It's a
quite
what?
empty, but never quite full.
I like that.
Are you talking about your glass or are you talking about your heart?
Oh no, I'm talking about a relationship. This is all about that.
That was very Buddhist. I like that.
Okay. Very good, Elizabeth. So now,
Forgot that I do poetry?
Yeah, Cuban, his mic is open now. He can talk. We can't hear you.
Are you asking me what do I think love is? Is that the question?
yes, no, what is love to you? Same thing, same question. Uh-oh. Is it that deep?
I mean, it's definitely an emotion. I don't know. It's the greatest thing, yet it's the most painful thing. So I mean, like, I don't know. I try to numb my love. To be honest.
Why?
Interesting, because yesterday I heard you talking about your father. So my parents and my sister died when I was little, and I was adopted. So my adopted parents passed away. I don't have no siblings. So like I used to go through that a lot. Like I used to be very traumatized. You know, when holidays, and I was never a holiday person, but when things would come up and when I would see people together with, you know, family and all that, it used to bother me. So I've come to the terms of just kind of like numbing it, because there's nothing, it's out of my control. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. So like,
right.
What I've come to terms with is, you know, the only thing that's promised is death, and people come into, like what they say, people come into your life in a season for a reason or whatever. So I try not to get overly emotionally attached to people, because it's not promised. So it's like, and I've been there before in relationships where, you know, like my first girlfriend, you know, just that whole breakup, you know what I mean, and all that type of stuff. And like I just try not to put myself in situations whenever I feel like, whatever it is, whether it's an organization, whether it's a relationship with a woman, whatever, whenever I give my all, I personally feel like I'm shitted on. Like I always catch some type of something negative at the end. And so it's like, for me to deal with it is like, it's like with organizations, like when I was in Zulu Nation and all that, like I devoted my life from 14 to 37 to that, to find out this guy was a pedophile. So that like really destroyed me, because that, and people I knew that he molested in the group or whatever. So, you know, I learned a lesson of not putting people on pedestals, of not thinking that somebody that could be prolific, that, I mean, we all have flaws, but you could find out that this person had like a really bad flaw, like something really bad. So it's like, I feel like guilty by association. So that's traumatizing. Like I wanna, there's things that I want to do, but then there's like, I can't put both of my feet forward and being involved in things because of that situation, or like a relationship.
Well,
it's like when the time comes when that's just gonna be cut. I would rather be prepared, have my contingency plans in place, and just be like, okay, I saw this coming, so okay, I move on. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna breathe the next day. The sun's gonna be out. It's not the end of the world. I just don't. Love it's great. It's like communism. It sounds good. It's good on paper.
I like that. But can I say something to you, Cuban? Whatever you truly and honestly give, you should not expect anything in return. Because if you're giving something, all right, you're giving it out of the kindness of your heart, out of the kindness of your personality, out of the kindness of your mentality and what you believe in, okay? So you don't look for anything. And I want to say that you have my deepest condolences to the loss of your parents and your adopted parents and stuff like that. But I'm glad that you kept it moving, and I'm glad that you're here. And a lot of people talk about love, love, love. They don't really know what love is because they don't give. You got to give with the expectation of not expecting anything. That's real love. Okay, not this love that the feminist female talk about. Oh, love. The men don't know how to love. Okay, they don't know how to accept a man's love and even prompt it from a man. Okay, yes, I'm talking about that, Elizabeth. I see you making,
Well,
but that's all right.
I think I'm blowing up a little bit in my chair. I just want to chime in on this
Okay,
because
well,
love to me,
blow up here on the Zoom. Come on with it.
Love to me is like God. It's like it's these words, and I think here's a question for everybody: why is it that we have something like 16 people on this Zoom, and everybody have their own interpretation, and that's not suspect? Why isn't there a definitive understanding of what that is? Because it's designed that way, and it's like a make-believe, fluffy word that makes people feel a certain way, but it's empty because it's so subjective and objective. The first thing I think when anybody tell you that they love you, I don't care who it is, and they say I love you, or you're thinking about telling someone that you love them, you should ask that person, when you're telling me that you love me, what are you telling me? It's like when people say, oh, do you believe in God? I'm going to say, first define for me what you say God is. If you say you're God, maybe I could believe that. But if you tell me it's somebody fluffy in the sky, that's another thing. And I just feel like the reason why we're told that is because we are having these unfair emotional connections with people that we are not supposed to have. It's unfair. My father said this a long time ago, and it's true now. It's going to be true forever. And I hope you listen to me. You have no friends in this world. You have no enemies. You have just teachers. Life is a lesson, and you have to learn. And that when you recognize that you have no good experiences, you have no bad experiences. We have useful experiences, and all experiences, even the ones that try you, they are gifts. And they're gifts because in the toughest experiences that you will ever have, you're going to find your superpower. So a lot of times she broke my heart. You wasn't supposed to give it to her. You wasn't supposed to be in these places and spaces that's mysterious to you. And so subjective and objective. It's a fool's game, and they make money off of it. Because guess what? When you get your heart broken, you eat chocolate, you go buy things, you get high, you get drunk. It's an industry on this word like fluff, God, what is this other thing? Accountability. You have to ask people, what do you mean when you say you love me? What are you saying? Most time when people tell me they love me, the first thing I say, what do you want? And that's real. People need to start looking at the practicality. People need to look at the practicality and utility of people. And yes, you might hate me for this, but you shouldn't be around one single person that you have no use for. We should be using each other. I didn't say abuse each other. I didn't say misuse each other. I'm saying everyone should be useful. And that, to me, if you want to talk about love and fluffiness, is the most important expression, especially in this time and space that we're in, where we're oppressed, where we are under attack all the time, to say, how useful are you to my mission and the things that I'm going? Do you have a plan? What are you involved in? What are you doing? How can I help you get to where you want to go? To me, that's love. Okay, so we're going to be talking about subjectiveness and all these different definitions. Don't get caught up in this Eurocentric wordplay game that seems to say everything and nothing at the same time. It's duplicitous. It's dishonest. To me, it's almost it's like the word faith. It's these words that, like I said, they're fluffy. And I know every time I hear it, my ear picks up, and that's why my blood. There was blood all on his head. I was biting my tongue. I didn't want to say anything, but I think I just want to put you all on game. Ask people questions. What are you saying to me? What do you mean? What is it that you want? Be straightforward. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Be straight with people. Be clear, and be, first of all, straight with yourself.
Right. Very good. I like that whole thing that you said and all that kind of stuff. But I want to go back to Cuban for a second. Cuban, the people that you...
Yes, sonny. You got the Obama Wi-Fi. We don't hear anything you're saying. Your Wi-Fi is trash.
You're lagging, Dad.
They only made a transition into... Okay, is it back yet?
It's really bad.
Am I back?
It's really bad. It's really bad. You got I maybe switch to the phone or whatever, because you're saying something I think it was important for Cuban to hear, but it's really bad. But yeah, you got to switch service or something.
The Trump phone working, man?
Yeah, maybe the Trump phone.
Okay, I'll move it to the phone now.
Okay.
All right. What I wanted to say to you, Cuban, let me just make an adjustment here because I'm getting an echo and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, you almost sound like God now. Like God.
That's the Trump phone he using there.
You almost made me spit this out. Ooh.
Okay, I think I made the correction right now. I wanted to say to you, Cuban, you definitely have my condolences on your loved ones that have made the transition over to the next level. And there is a next level, so they're not gone. And as long as you remember them, they live inside of you. You are going on their energy, okay? They're enhancing your life. They're enhancing your awareness about this crazy life that we are traveling through. So you didn't lose them. And I'm saying that from personal experience because I have lost, let me see, a lot of people, mother, father, uncle, grandson, 2 sons, and even a daughter. So for me to keep going is the energy that they would expect of me. Okay, for you to keep going is the energy of your loved ones would expect from you. They can't come back and tell us that, but they do come back to us in our dreams, in our heart, and sometimes in our mind. Okay, so now I wanted to go to Miss Starlet. She was standing by and she had something to say.
All right, so defining love. I actually agree with I call her the Queen. I did forget your name, and I do apologize for that. Loving yourself first and foremost. In order for you to love anything or love anyone, you got to look within yourself first, because of the fact that if you can't love, you loving yourself, you wanting that love right back it's it's a blessing.
That's right.
You did basically whatever you dish out, you get you dish in. So whatever you put out there, you're gonna get in return. So if you give out negative, if you give out positive karma or dharma, you get, positive dharma right back. If you do bad, you get karma, you're gonna get karma right back. So, and
That's right.
so it's like I see that the relationships I had in the past, it wasn't a reflection of me, because the love I gave them was good love and it was positive love. The love that they gave me was a bad reflection of themselves, because they didn't know how to give, because they never received it. So I gave a different type of love that they ever, they never really expected, or they never encountered. When I'm in a relationship, I give them my all. But when they dish out on me, I question that. Like it's been crazy. Like every relationship that I have, been into, they either, because I took very, very long to give them love, when it was just a dating phase at first. And the dating phase usually takes a long time, because I want to get to know the person before I even really think about being with them. It's like that. They see it as a waiting game. And then once I decide to, fall in love with them, now they play with my heart. Then they play with me. And then, they show me other things like, I'm like, why are you doing this? Oh, you took a long time with me. I didn't even think that you loved me. I was like, oh. So you're punishing me. So you wait until I fall in love so you could punish me.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And every relationship is like that. And every relationship is like that. Like they don't know the guys that I've dealt with does not understand the meaning of, I didn't put you as a friend zone. It's called, I'm an adult and I want to know where you could take me. Like, I'm not going to just fall in love with you so fast. I'm not a little girl. I'm a woman. I'm a real woman. I'm going to give you full love. I just have to know who am I giving it to, so I won't have to go crazy.
Okay, that makes sense. A Miss Woman. Miss Full Woman. This is the I Ain't
Also,
Having
I
It
want to
show.
just piggyback just a little bit off of what is being said. Hi, everyone. This is Sakina. So when it comes up to love, again, across the board, I'm hearing everyone has their own perspective of what love truly is, and you hear it often. And I think, just like what someone else said, like love does come within. So you have to love yourself in order to be able to love somebody else. And I think the big thing when it comes up to relationships is that people give things away. You give people your virginity, you give people your love, but people have to earn it. I give nothing away. You have to earn everything. We earn everything in life. So you have to earn my love, just like you have to earn my trust. You have to earn, those things is not something that's given. When you give people something that they don't deserve, then that's the reason why you get mistreated. That's the reason why you're not getting that in return. So I just want people to be like really mindful when we say we love something, right? I love cake. I love ice cream. I love those shoes. It's a different type of love. And then you have to also know people love languages, right? Some people come from abusive homes. They love differently, right? They show how they love differently. Some people just don't honestly know how to love. Some people just say because they have this feeling inside and they don't know what it is, and they just think it's love and it's not love. So let's not give things away. Let's let people earn that. If someone earns your love, someone earns your trust, you will get what you're giving out.
That sounds very interesting. And Sakina, tell us about your book.
You don't believe that you can actually wait too long?
Bro Pete, stand by. Sakina, tell us about your books.
Okay. So I have a book that's out. It's called Joy 365. It's an anthology. It's a 365-day devotional where people can read the book and regain joy back in their life after whatever they have encountered in their life. This is an opportunity for you to regain back some sort of joy. So this is what this book is about. It's 365 authors. I'm one of the authors, and every day someone is given a testimony, some sort of affirmation, something positive to keep someone going along the year. If you follow the book for 365 days, you will be in a better place. And hopefully you would have restored some sort of joy. It also comes with a complimentary journal, and that journal has like guided prompts for you to write your thoughts, your feelings, and also for you to reflect back days later, months later, of how you're progressing during this whole joy journey. So that is one
great.
of the books.
Fantastic. And we need to get you on the GoPro Radio Network to do a commercial about all that and the services that you offer. Now we're going to go to Bro Pete, who I asked to stand by. You got the floor, Bro Pete.
No, I just wanted to ask that question because I'm hearing women talk about they don't believe that they actually can wait too long. It's like somebody's supposed to just sit around and twiddle their thumbs and wait for them.
Go ahead.
No, I want one of them to try to answer that.
Who did you want to answer that?
Any of them. Any of them that believe that they can wait as long as they want to wait. They can put somebody on hold as long as they want to put them on hold. That they're supposed to just sit there and wait for them to decide when they're going to jump up and say, well, I'm in this relationship with you.
Can I wait? I could answer that, right? Since I know why it's targeted. Since I brought it up.
So come on, answer. Can you answer that in 5 words or less?
No, it's going to be a long list. I got you. Anyway, so when the waiting game, right? The waiting game is that waiting game gap is to get to know each other before you sleep with somebody. Not like, oh, once you see somebody, you sleep with them and then you start a relationship after sex. No, it's not like that.
Okay, I like to at
What
this
you have to
time
do is
welcome.
what you have to do is
Hold on a second. I like to welcome Cartish to the room. I like to welcome Kathleen, Sheila, and Courtney. Continue, Starlet.
Thank you. So it's like it's not a waiting game. It's it's what adults do. If you don't know it, I don't mind.
That's cap. That's manipulation. That's cap.
Can you recognize my hand at any point, please?
Yes, you got the floor, Dr. Ron. Come on, Mr. Dr. Matrix.
So yesterday we jumped on you when you and I hate when things progress like this. So yesterday we jumped on you when you said that love was a woman thing and men and so it's funny today. It sounds like that's what's happening. That exactly what you almost did approve, and I think that I don't know who said it earlier about agape love, right?
Me, Lydia.
Lydia, okay, I figured that. That what happens in Thailand said it clear. We have all these ideas about love, right? And so love becomes, there's so many different dynamics of love. That's what becomes a confusion of when you ask a question like people about love, everyone is going to personalize the idea of what love is and how they see love. See, I'm more in the context of what Lydia was saying is agape love. I love everything and everybody, regardless what they do for me, I don't do for me because I love myself.
Right.
And what ends up happening is when people sometimes they'll take and specialize love into like romantic love or love of objects and things. And then it becomes it becomes reciprocal. Like then that needs to be a reciprocal thing. I need to know you love me before I love you. And I tell a lot of people in therapy, especially men, that women want to be loved. This is why they get duked so often in relationships, because they want to be loved, and slick sliars will tell you that they love you only to gain control over and power over not just in women and men relationship. Anybody will tell you they love you to gain power and control of you, but it happens, and we see it argued and played out a lot in men and women relationship, in any kind of relationship where there's romance, because love is something that it fulfills us. It's something that feels like we belong. We have something. We belong to something, and so we have to be and then you hear people after that happens, then they're like, I ain't in love no more. I gotta regulate how I manage my love. Love ain't gonna work. Love ain't no good. I don't believe in love. But then that affects the idea of the overall general love. And they may not really recognize and identify it, but it does, because if you focus so much on the negative things that happen to you, they will control all the positive things that could.
Well, I appreciate what you're saying, Dr. Ron, and we're coming to the end of our YouTube feed on I Ain't Having It show. And I just want to thank everybody for being on the panel. We're going to go into our after show after we have these words and messages from our sponsors. And I just want to extend a thank you to the GoPro Radio Network. They have been extremely tolerant of me and all my views on different things. My name is Sonny B. Sutherland, highly imitated, but never quite exactly duplicated. And Trump is your next president. Vote for Trump. I'll be right back in the aftermath.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Neck pain. Back pain. Ouch. But now there's PillowMax, the new armrest pillow. PillowMax provides full arm and elbow support while driving. One size fits all.
PillowMax is the perfect remedy for neck, low back, and trap pains while traveling in your car. I recommend the PillowMax to all my patients.
PillowMax comes in black and white and has a machine washable cover.
PillowMax is awesome.
PillowMax. Available at retailers worldwide.
The views and opinions expressed on GoPro Radio Network shows are solely those of the speakers and are not necessarily the views or opinions of GoPro Radio Network Inc. or its affiliates. These broadcasts are provided on the understanding that they do not constitute professional advice or services. Individuals who speak on these broadcasts express their own opinions, experiences, and conclusions. GoPro Radio Networks and its affiliates do not necessarily endorse or oppose any particular opinion or conclusion discussed in these broadcasts. You may not edit or modify or redistribute these broadcasts in any way without the express permission from GoPro Radio, LLC. GoPro Radio assumes no liability for any of your activities in connection with our broadcast or for your use of these broadcasts in connection with your website, computer, smartphone, tablet, iPad, or future listening devices. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Hey everyone, this is Francesca Amato, two-time best-selling author of the book Punished for Protecting the Injustice System of Family Court and I Survived a Narcissist. You can too. You can find it on Amazon. Also, I am the owner of Punished for Protecting Incorporated. We are a multi-faceted expert team here to protect your families from family court and CPS abuses. You can fill out our form at punished4beingaparent.com. Be sure to keep listening or view the I Ain't Having It show every Thursday at 10 p.m. with the legendary Sonny B. Sutherland Sr. on the GoPro Network. Thanks, Sonny.
Thanks, Sonny.
The following customized program is a production of Sonny B. Sutherland Productions. All rights for the following program are reserved.